Good evening, brothers and sisters. This is War Smith with the Black News Network, the real voice of Military City, USA, bringing you the news from a black perspective. We don't own the rights to the music, but we do own the rights to what we say. Today is a special day because it is the very first day of the next week after elections. The Democrats have done what they said they were going to do. The Republicans tried, but they just didn't do it. Everybody's trying to turn against Donald Trump right now, but that ain't working. That's how it rolls sometimes. But because the dog's sitting on the porch on a nail and he won't get ready to move, that's his fault. We're going to see what happens. I want to thank you for joining us on the Black News Network. Today, we should have some good information for you about two things. One of the biggest things I want to talk about is Kyrie Irving and Kanye West. When a black man stands. When a black man stands, it always seems to bring about a change in the character of those people who think they own our souls. Nobody owns our souls but God. He gave it to us, and we are blessed to maintain it, and we are blessed to stand by what we say, and we are blessed to mean what we say and stand by as we say it. You know, all the time people say if you slap a bear, then you can expect to get slapped back. But who's to say that the Jews are the bear? That's what people are trying to deal with right now. Who are the bears? You know, these people get paid. They pay all these black athletes and these black entertainers millions and millions and millions of dollars. And when they get this money, they start to enjoy this money so well that people get to a point where they start thinking about, well, if I say this and then they take my money, then what am I going to do? What am I going to do once they take my money? And see, that's the thing. Half the time, we are so concerned about where this money is coming from and that losing this money that we don't take the risk to open our mouths and say what we really believe. Now, you got people like Shaquille O'Neal. You got people like, who else is that talking trash about Kanye West and Kyrie Irving? You got Charles Barkley. These people are tripping right now. Shaquille owns the studio that aired the movie that Kyrie Irving went to see. The movie that everybody is fussing about when it comes to Kyrie Irving is From Hebrews to Negroes. Now, what does that really mean? From Hebrews to Negroes. But if you're an anti-Semitic type person, then you're against the Jews to let them tell it. But in reality, we are the original Jews. Nobody can tell us that we're anti-Semitic. In other words, you're telling us we hate ourselves. It don't work like that. And that's how they get our minds so twisted. Minister Louis Farrakhan of the Nation of Islam had a lot to say about what's actually happening here in America. And I'm going to try to break it down because he said an awful lot. And I don't know if I can elaborate on the way this man so elaborately or eloquently speaks. I don't know if I can get there. But I'm going to try to say some of the things he talked about. The purpose of this move that the white millionaires and billionaires are taking is to slow us down. They like talking to people like Kanye West by himself, Kyrie Irving by himself, but they do not want to talk to us as a people. And they don't want to talk to us as a people because as we come together as a people, then they seem to start and realize that we have the power. Now let's go down the list. You got Giorgio Buccini, you got Gucci, you got all these other name brand items out there. Every single one of these name brand items you see, they are all white people. And they are all Jews. But who do you think put the money in their pocket? Who do you think put the asses in the seats at these football games, at these basketball games? It ain't your status quo white folks. It is the black man and the black woman. Those are the people who put the asses in the seat at these stadiums, watching these football games like today on Sunday. Those are the people who make these Jews as rich as they are. And it didn't start today. It didn't start 10 years ago. It started 100, 200 years ago, 300 years ago. And they are still manipulating certain black people to think that them siding with the Jews, that that's going to make their paychecks increase. How much money is enough money? Some people want to say it's never enough. There's always a limit to everything. And if money makes you, then that means you don't make money. There's a different way to look at it. Money don't make me, I make money. That's how you have to look at it. Money don't make me, I make money. That's how you got to look at it. But if you're looking at it the other way, like they are paying you to keep you from being on the street, then you got it twisted. You don't depend on these assholes to support your lifestyle. You need their money, so you go out there and you perform a service to get paid for it, but you're getting paid for what your worth is. You're not getting paid just because they like the way you look. They can't stand your black ass. They can't stand you, Shaquille O'Neal. They can't stand David Robinson. They can't stand none of these damn people. Dak Prescott, if you wasn't as good a quarterback as you are, they didn't give a shit about you either. The only reason they care about you right now is because you put asses in the seat. That's why they like you. And they don't like you then, but they make you think they like you because you are putting money in their pocket. Every damn ticket sold, they got a cut on it. They making money. You got a set amount of money you can make, but they got an unlimited amount of money that they can make off of your black ass. And you got the audacity, Shaquille O'Neal, to call Kyrie Irving an idiot? Kanye West is another one. You now don't want to call him the genius that he is. He might say some stupid, unorthodox stuff. How many of you have never said anything stupid or off the cuff or unorthodox? Not very many of you can go through life and not make a mistake here and there, but that don't mean you need to put your head on the guillotine and chop that damn thing off. You don't have to cut your head off just because you made a mistake or you said something. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying Kyrie Irving or Kanye West made a mistake for telling the damn truth. What's wrong with a man What's wrong with a black man going out there doing the research and finding his history and his heritage and then telling another brother that this is what it is? This is what I gained from that movie. This is what I saw from Hebrews to Negroes. There was a transition in there. Listen to what it says. From Hebrew to Negro. In the middle of all that is the transition that the Jews took us through to make us the Negro. And the Negro is a form of something or something body that they decided that we should be. With the help of the United States government, of course. The United States government gave them just as much turmoil over what black people could be and were about to be, that they had to come up with laws to keep us in our place. And the moment you stick your head up, it's like that little game you see at the carnival where the little damn thing keep jumping up and they keep pounding it with that club. And if you ever notice, all of those little things that pop up are brown. Why are they brown? Because they want you to emulate or thinking about hitting a black man in the top of his head and knocking him back down that hole so he don't stick his head out no more. And if you stick your head out, they're going to slack it and knock it off. You don't believe me? Ask Kyrie Irving. Ask Kanye West. Now, how can overnight you take away $1 billion from a man? That wasn't a stock investment. What was it then? How could you take $1 billion from one person? It's got to be very damn difficult for you to do that. And that's what happened with Kanye West. According to the new social media and the CNNs and the Fox Newses and the CNBCs, that they took money, $1 billion from Kanye West overnight. It takes a hell of a lot of movement money to move $1 million out of one person's hand to another one overnight. That tells me right there, did he have it in his bank account? No. Because if he had it in his bank account, how the hell can they go into his bank account and take his money? The only way they can do that is if he got all his money in a Jew's bank, like Bank of America for that matter. F Bank of America. Don't use it if you don't have to. This is bigger than entertainment, though. This is bigger than athleticism. This is bigger than playing ball. This is bigger than dancing around on the stage and making a rap song. This is about a race of people in the United States of America who does not own a nationality. As long as we don't work together and say, let's pull our billions of dollars out of the economy and stop giving it to these damn people, then they got us. Because all they want to do is separate us from our money. Every step of the way, you go into all these fancy-ass restaurants paying $9 for a hot dog and $35 for a hamburger. Who the hell got a $35 hamburger unless you're trying to pay for a status? Kind of stupid of you to pay that much for a hamburger unless you're paying for a status. See, McDonald's figured it out. You can buy a damn cheeseburger for $1, but they're going to sell 25 billion of them a day for $1. It's a lot of damn money. But they figured out how to get in your pocket, how to take your money, and that's what it's all about, the marketing strategies that these people use to get your money. But they can't take that money from that athlete that's out there putting it down the hoop. Now, if he goes down that field, down that court, and can't hit a damn point, then you got a reason to renegotiate the contract. But if you cause that individual a certain level of grief, a certain level of stress, a certain reason to not be able to form at his most highest mental capacity, then it ain't his fault, it's yours. You want your cake and you want your ice cream to go with it too, and then you want to eat them both. You want everything your way, and you want to say that man is an anti-Semitic. He said some anti-Semitic comments because he said he saw this movie from Hebrews to Negroes, which aired in Shaquille O'Neal's theater, by the way. And now you want to call him anti-Semitic because he said that. That don't make him anti-Semitic, especially if you're black. How can a black Jew already be anti-Semitic? Anti-Semitic definition, you don't like what happened in the Holocaust. The Holocaust ain't got shit to do with why we are here as black people. The minister Louis Farrakhan said he was invited to a meeting with the Jews and then they ate dinner and everything went well. And after dinner, they handed him a letter. And the letter said, to make sure that you really changed, these are the things that we need you to do so we know that you really changed. See, that's some bullshit. And that's what they do. They come up with some shit to make you do it so they can say that you have changed, now we can accept you. Who needs your goddamn acceptance? Nobody. We don't need to be accepted. We've been going through our entire damn lives saying we want to be accepted in white society. Now, this is something you probably ain't heard before. From the 50s, 60s, 70s, black people owned all kind of shit. And they owned all kind of shit, and they had all these resources and all this stuff because they did not go up against the white man. They did not go up against the white man because the white man was feeding him pennies to keep him afloat, but not to help him flourish. So you would say black people own this, they own that, they did better in the 50s and 60s than they're doing now. But nowadays, black people ain't standing for all that bullshit that these white folks been shoving down their damn throat for 100, 200 goddamn years. It ain't happening no more. So now you call yourself gonna cut the money. Now black people are suffering because you done cut the money off of them. And now you expect them to start kissing your ass and then you'll give them some money back. That's the kind of shit that screws up this whole country. Until America recognizes the dirt and the dirtiness that they have done to our black people here in this country, we're going to suffer. We are not going to be the superpower that we have proclaimed to be. Don't listen to Herschel Walker, dumbass, because he said some shit the other day. He said, the United States is the most powerful country in America. Listen to what I said. The United States is the most powerful country in America. How dumb does that sound? Sounds just like that asshole you're talking about putting up in the Senate, Herschel Walker. Herschel Walker is going to go up there and they're going to kick his ass out within less than 6 months so they can put a white man in there to take his job. They're using that flunky as a flunky, and he don't seem to know that he's just a big damn flunky. He's got brain damage from them damn getting hit upside the head all these years. He's got women saying that he's may pay for their abortions, that he's beat them up and done all this shit, and you're still dumb enough to vote for this asshole. You know, not saying Warnock is an angel. He's not. But at least he's smarter than Herschel Walker. It is okay for you as a black man to dig for knowledge, to try and learn what you want to know about your ancestry and your history. Because the moment you stop trying to figure that out, then you might as well fall right on back out there to the cotton field and get your hoe in your hand and get that damn row out. Because you ain't doing shit for America right now. But being a good ass porch monkey. And we had enough of them right now. For a black man to come out against another black man and call somebody an idiot or a fool or stupid, but saying something about the Jews, you need to catch a hold of that shit. Don't say shit if you ain't got shit good to say. Because it's not right for you to use a black man to condemn another black man. Now, the only thing that I think a black man needs to do is learn the fact that we have a big problem with uniting, and that problem with us uniting stems from what they have taught us in elementary school and junior high school and high school, and that is the reason why we have the problems we have now, because they have miseducated the black man in America. Until we learn our heritage, we're going to still run around like we don't know what the hell we need to be doing. But we know what we need to be doing, but many of us don't want to know what we need to be doing because the white men have put enough money in our pockets, we ain't got shit to say. Look how many athletes are out there right now making millions and billions of dollars that ain't took the time to say a damn thing in defense of Kyrie Irving. Why don't the NBA do a damn walkout? Every black player in the NBA should walk the hell out off the goddamn court and say, I'm done until y'all get this man back where he's supposed to be. You gonna give him a list of shit to do so he can get back in good grace with the damn Jews? Come on now. We cannot all be that damn gullible to listen to that kind of shit. And I know we're not, but there is a few. There are a few. Why is it the moment somebody says something against a Jew, we get revocations all the way up to the White House, but a black man get killed every other hour by a white cop, and nobody say shit. Nobody say shit because they think they got us bamboozled, y'all. Look at these black HBCUs out there. How many of you have taken the time to look at who those HBCUs are named after? How many of you have taken the time to look at that? Take the time and look at places like Howard University. Look at places like Spelman College. Spelman College, named after Laura Spelman, a white woman who donated the land and supported the college because they had screwed over so many damn black people that they had a guilty conscience. So they gave the land to open up Spelman College. Don't think Howard University is on sacred land. It's on a plantation formerly owned by white slave owners. James T. Howard. Look it up. Digging for knowledge is not a problem. Not accepting the knowledge that you find is where the problem lies. There are many things written about us that we don't like, but you don't see us boycotting the damn basketball games. You don't see us trying to throw bricks at every white person we see. You don't see us calling every white person we see a racist. You don't see this kind of stuff. So how can you say that you can say something, one thing, we can say one thing, and then the whole world gets in an uproar because it's against the Jews? We need to wake up, America. We would not be the way we are right now if it wasn't for the way you've tried to keep your thumb and your knee on our neck. It ain't our fault that we're smarter than you thought we were. It ain't our fault that God, we are the chosen Jews. It ain't our fault. God made us this way. We are the Jews, so how can a Jew be anti-Semitic? Can't. Stop the isolation. Stop the isolation as slaves. Stop the isolation as businessmen. Stop the isolation as freemen. Stop isolating our families. Stop isolating us at schools. Stop isolating us at restaurants. And for damn sure, stop isolating us with access to capital. Because you don't want to give a shit, but you damn sure want us to give it to you. You want us to get out there on that damn foul court and play our hearts out while you feed us some damn pennies while you making billions. Stand your ground, Kyrie. Stand your ground, yay. Cause they ain't got shit on y'all. They can take them little bullshit ass contracts because the only people making them rich right now is us. We're the ones making their asses rich. Stop buying their shit. Stop buying their shit. Whoever Kanye had a contract with, and they had the audacity to pull his contract, F them. Don't buy shit else from Nike. Fuck Nike. Don't buy these shit no more. Black person should never be walking around with another thing on their feet saying Nike. Throw that shit in the garbage. Let them know you don't need that shit and you don't want it. Because they trying to make you back to that porch nigga that you used to be. They saying it in roundabout words. I'm telling you what they really saying. You need to be that good nigga, or you gonna get put back on the porch. That's what they telling you. How are you gonna allow them to continue to isolate us and kill us one by one? Michael Jackson wanted to buy Sony record. They isolated him and had another black man kill him. Bill Cosby wanted to buy part of Michael Jackson's collection with Sony Records. They isolated him and got 9 or 10 white women to come up against him and to take him to court, put him in jail. Mike Tyson kicking every white boy ass ever stepped in the room. They took him to jail for rape. Paid somebody off to do it. R. Kelly, parents pushing their little 14, 15-year-old daughters also on R. Kelly, and they put his ass in jail instead of putting them kids' parents in jail with him. They need to have their ass in jail too. They know what they were doing. They wanted R. Kelly's money at the expense of their children. R. Kelly ain't got no damn scruples. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying what he did was correct. I'm saying the parents of those girls are just as guilty as he is for putting their children out there with that pervert. It ain't all his fault. See, nobody wants to look at the source of the blame or the fault. Nobody wants to look at that. They want to just look at the end results. We're going to deal with you at the end of the damn road. What caused Jeffrey Dahmer to want to eat all these black folks? What caused Charles Manson to go in and want to kill this woman with baby? We got to stop the isolation. We're sick and tired of being sick and tired, and we're going to be sick and tired until America recognizes the strength and power of the black persons in this economy. We got money. We're spending our money. We're sustaining this economy because black people don't hesitate to buy what the hell they want. That's how the economy survives. Black people spend their money on shit they want. White people will be living in a damn trailer with the floor falling out, and they won't go buy a house, but they got plenty of damn money. They ain't putting it in the economy because they scared somebody black gonna be building a house for them. 2 young millionaires just suffered. 2 young black millionaires are suffering right now. 2 young black millionaires are suffering right now, and many people allow it to go unnoticed. Speak up, black man, black woman, black child. Let everybody know what they're trying to do to Kyrie Irving and Kanye West is wrong. It's wrong. And until we do something about it, it ain't gonna change. Controversy causes division. And it's mostly due to a misunderstanding. We're having a misunderstanding of who we really are. We are the descendants of slaves. The slaves are descendants of Africans, and the Africans are the Jews. So our blood, we have more Jew blood than anybody in this country. So let's not get it twisted. We're allowing people to twist our minds, control our minds, and make us think that we are not who we really are. We are kings, queens, princes. We are. And little quenettes. Forget about the controversy that everybody's trying to cause. Forget about the division that everybody's trying to cause. Forget about the ignorance that everybody's trying to keep us under. We're not ignorant people. Ignorance causes us not to see what our enemy don't want us to see. You got to look beyond what he's telling you. If the weatherman comes on TV and says, we're expecting thunder showers from 3 o'clock to 9 o'clock tonight, don't take his word for it. Believe, but verify. Anything you've been told about who you are and where you come from, believe, but verify. Verify what you've been told, because you've been told a lot of bullshit. And you're going to be told some more bullshit. And now, since they see that the newer generations are getting so damn smart, they're going at your ass in different directions. 2 different directions that I can tell you about. One is the critical race theory. We want to take out all books that talk about ethnicity. We want to take out all books that teach us who we really are. We want to take out all books that tell us how bad that they taught our people when we were coming up in America. They don't want that in the schools. And if you're a teacher and you caught teaching this kind of stuff in a public school setting, then your ass is going to get fired. Then get fired and go down to the charter school and get you a job making much more money. Because every head counts. Take your kids out of public school, put them in charter school. These public schools are not teaching your kids what they need to know. They're teaching them what they need to know. Listen to what I said. They're teaching the kids what they need to know, but not what you need to know. They're not teaching you what you need to know. The only way you get around that, you educate your children yourself, because they are not going to educate your kids. They're not going to do it. They use their money to influence us. They use their money to control us. And they slap 100,000 on us. We don't know how to act. Look at how they did in that movie with Cedric the Entertainer, Howlin' Wolf, Capitol Records. All about, here's a Cadillac for every one of y'all. Now, why do I need the white man to go buy me a goddamn car? I can buy my own damn car. See, during that entire movie, the person everyone should have paid attention to is Howlin' Wolf. Howlin' Wolf would kick their asses if they didn't pay him cash before his show. He didn't play that game. I'm going to put it on your books. Fuck that. Give me my money. Give me my money. And Howlin' Wolf was a big old dude. Damn near 7 feet tall, 300 some pounds. But he can howl like a wolf, boy. He can sing the blues. The search for knowledge as a black person is very dangerous. People like me who come out and try to give out knowledge, it's very dangerous. Not different like Kanye say. He's putting out some knowledge right now, so he's afraid. He's not really afraid, but he know that if he put too much shit out there, people gonna target him like they've already done. They have targeted him, and right now, because he's been targeted, they've taken billions and billions of dollars away from him. F Nike, for that matter. Take all his contracts. You ain't hurting that man. I'm absolutely sure he got still a millionaire. You know, because you took $1 billion from him, that must mean he didn't have it to start with. They took our language. Right now, we don't know what the hell we're talking about. Like, have the language we speak. This is not our language. We use this language to convey communications because we got nothing else. We got nothing else. You see the Hispanics come over here? They all are mostly bilateral or bilingual. They speak Spanish and they speak English. That ain't saying that we ain't smart enough to learn another language, but we don't have a native tongue. What's our native tongue? We don't have one. We don't know what country in Africa we came from, so we can speak the language of our native country in Africa. There are thousands of languages spoken in Africa. Thousands. So what is my native tongue? I don't know. The Germans come here, they speak English, but they definitely got a native tongue. From Germany, they speak German. Japanese come here, they speak English, but they definitely got a native tongue. They speak Japanese. The Koreans speaking Koreans. The Italians speaking Italians. The Cubans speaking Cuban. The Haitians speaking Haitian. You know, everybody, the Jamaicans speaking Jamaican. Everybody got their own language except us. That's our heritage. They took it from us. They took our language. They took our history. Everybody still got a history. You still know what the history of Japan is because it's still there. We know the history of Africa, but we don't know where in Africa we came from. So we use the entire continent of Africa as our history? No, it don't work like that. You got to be from somewhere. But as a black in this country, you don't know where the hell you're from. Unless you do the ancestry search, and then the federal government's so goddamn cheap, they want you to pay for it. They should be the tax exempt every black person that can prove they're Native American. We shouldn't pay taxes. We should have free access to searching our history because we need to know where we came from. I know you watched that show by Henry Louis Gates. He's doing ancestry on certain people. But in my mind, he should only be doing ancestry on black people because black people are the ones who need to know where they came from. They took our culture. You know, we don't know how to do these dances that they do in Africa. We don't know how to do steps or to pay homage or worship to our gods. Because they've made us learn the American religion and we've taken the ball and ran with it. You know, a preacher ain't nothing but a graduated slave master. A preacher ain't nothing but a graduated slave master because he's steady pumping that garbage down your throat and you hearing that shit. You're listening to it and you're learning it and you thinking you're going to heaven because you're listening to some damn sellout up there feeding you a bunch of bullshit that you like to hear. Don't get it twisted. Talking about preachers does not mean I don't believe in God, because I do. Talking about preachers mean that you have been bamboozled. You've been brainwashed to believe a bunch of the bullshit they tell you. And all they do is get up there and put on a show. And you, yeah, son, you start patting your foot and jumping up and down, turning over the pews. And now you had a great time at church today. Our ancestry, they took our power. They took our nationality. The only black nation that has a hold in America right now with a nationality is the Moors, M-O-O-R-S. Those are the only people. So if you are not sure where you came from, look at the M-O-O-R-S. Now, as you already know, Kyrie Irving did not write that movie. He did not direct the movie. He did not produce the movie. He even did not invest in that movie. All Kyrie Irving did was watch the movie. And he just watched it and passed it on to some of his friends. And now they trying to take millions from him and make him crawl back up into the owner's office on his knees and hands and beg for forgiveness. Kyrie, tell him to kiss your black ass where the sun don't shine. We did not give ourselves the name Negro. We did not give ourselves the name colored. And we for damn sure didn't give ourselves the name nigger. We didn't name ourselves that. It is the name given to us by them. We would have stayed connected to our mother country if they didn't have to beat our heritage out of us. Ask Kunta Kinte. You saw Roots. You saw how we acted. Negro, black, angry, separated, hateful. All these different things tell us what Negro means. We are a broken people. And the only way we cancel that is to start working together. We got to work together sooner or later, because if we don't ever work together, we will never get where we need to be, and we will never know who we should be. You know, Sandy Hook had a school shooting several years ago. So far, Alex Jones has paid them $473 million. So the Sandy Hook community is suing him again, and it is estimated that he'll end up paying that community $1.4 billion. Uvalde still don't have the answers. They've raised close to $1 billion for those 20 families that were assassinated in Uvalde. Think they got that money? Hell to the no. Anarchy, politicians losing races, and they don't want to admit they lost. That's the first step of anarchy. And if you look at what happened on January 6th, you see what anarchy leads to. Fake news, black men on the news. You know, every station trying to get them that one black guy now. You see Al Sharpton, you see Roland Martin, you see Michael Strahan, you see Don Lemon, all these guys, these stations with these one black person. Why is that the only thing there? It should be more than just one. Don't you think it should be? I do. There's a thing going around called an RSV. It's got the kids filling up our hospitals. And RSV is a respiratory issue for children. And believe it or not, it's nothing more than the coronavirus for kids, because you got to treat it the same way. The one thing I want to tell you, the moment you get to the respirator is the moment that you may not make it, because that respirator makes your lungs like jelly. It softens the lungs because it does the breathing for you. So the lungs have no means to maintain a level of strength to keep you breathing. So the respirator does it. And normally, if you get put on a respirator as a result of COVID or RSV, then there's a high possibility that you won't be pulling up out of there, off of that stuff. So by all means, avoid the respirator. The elections are going on now. We got Warnock and Walker. Warnock is in the lead right now. We're hoping that Warnock go ahead and win this election and get rid of that damn dumbass Herschel Walker. There's too many dumb black people out there trying to represent black people. And now, you ever notice Herschel Walker ain't trying to represent no black people. He represents them white folks. And they are pushing his ass to the top. He's got over 1 million votes. 1,400,000 votes. And Warnock has got over 1,444,000 votes. 44,000 votes. Something to that nature. It's sad, but it's true. People are now normalizing lies that are being told by politicians. You know, Donald Trump don't know what the hell to do. He's probably one man with over 1,000 lawsuits in his lifetime. How the hell can you sue somebody or be sued 1,000 times? Something is terribly wrong with that man. Terribly wrong with Donald Trump. Now, he talked all that shit about the Republicans taking this and taking that during midterm elections, and that he got a secret he's about to reveal. And the secret that he's about to reveal is that he's not running for president because he ain't winning. I think Mike Pence might win because Mike Pence is a man of integrity. I ain't no Republican. I ain't no Democrat either. I sit on the fence and vote for who I think got the right politics. Now, people don't realize the power of the vote. Why do you think every time voting comes around, they make it so damn difficult for us as black people and people, I don't like using the term, but people of color find it so damn difficult to vote? Because they know, when I say they, I mean the Jews know the power of the black vote. So they do everything they can, like redistricting the area, requiring IDs, requiring this for you to vote. They're doing all this stuff to keep you out of the polls because they know how powerful the vote is. Then you got politicians who are straight up assholes, like Ted Cruz, going down there to Georgia to support Herschel Walker. What has he done for this country other than be the asshole that he is? You know, he don't give a damn about Herschel Walker. He's a damn Cuban, by the way. He just want a Republican to win. And when you narrow it down to whether you want a Republican to win or a Democrat to win, you've lost sight of the bigger prize or the bigger issue here in America. And once you lose the sight of the bigger issue of the plan here in America, you might as well hang it up and move on about your damn business and not even waste your damn vote, because your vote don't mean shit no way. Because the only thing you're going to do is win somebody into a political seat that don't give a shit about you. Tell me how often you see your politician. Lately, you've seen them all every damn day, somewhere on TV, shaking babies, holding babies and shaking hands. You see them every damn where. Everywhere. But give it another week, you won't see them again until the real election, the next presidential election. They all disappear. But up until that point where they have this midterm, everybody comes out their damn shell and say every damn thing they can possibly say to make you a believer and to get you to believe in what they are saying and what they are doing. But they're not doing shit. I'd be remiss if I didn't say this is Veterans Day, was Friday, and that thank you for all your service you've done to your military veterans. We really appreciate that. You know, I'm sure a lot of you've had a lot of trying times in the service, PTSD, but the fact of the matter is you went and you served and you fought and you earned what you've received from the military. So thank you to the veterans. Why do we question ourselves about our race? Do we know our race? And I'm just asking the question. When are we going to get to the point where we're not going to be African American, black, Negro, colored? What the hell are we? Everybody else got a nationality. Why don't we have a nationality? Until we get a nationality, things are not going to be any better. We have to decide what our nationality is going to be. And our nationality has to come from somewhere within ourselves. And if we don't come up with our own nationality, we ain't never gonna get no damn where in America. Everybody that done got reparations in America has a nationality, except we don't have anything, so we don't get shit. All these black people getting killed, we don't even get a damn law passed. We can't even get the George Floyd law passed. We can't get the Ahmaud Arbery law passed. We can't get nothing passed because we don't have a nationality. We don't have a nation backing us up. Nothing will ever be normal again. So if you're sitting back waiting on things to settle down, things to get back to old ways, things to get back to normal, you got a long damn wait ahead of you, because that shit ain't gonna happen no more. It ain't gonna happen. It will never be normal again. So what do? We have to overcome. We have to improvise. And we have to adapt to what the new world is about to present to us. And it's going to present something that many of us are not going to be prepared to handle. And we're not going to be prepared to handle it because we're in denial that it's on its way. It's on its way, y'all. I'm telling you. Things are changing. And I ain't talking about war, and I ain't talking about fighting and none of that kind of shit. I'm talking about the mentality of America. Everything is about politics. If you can get the right radical people in the political offices, then you're doomed. You will not make it. The right political polaring of the ages and separation of the generations, people are not going to make it because of what they will bring to the table. They're going to bring to the table shit that causes you strife. They're going to bring to the table the shit that goes in your pocket. Now look at what happened when Biden won the presidency. They went in your pocket for gasoline. They went in your pocket for food. Who in their right mind want to pay $1,400 for a damn cell phone? That's kind of dumb to me. That's a lot of money for a damn cell phone. They should be giving us cell phones. All I'm saying is, as a black man who's now proclaiming to be a more citizen, this shit ain't right. My new name, Jabir Razin Ali. Now I'm going through a lot of different transitions to get it done. One is getting the new fingerprint cards, filing the court documents to get my name changed, getting my wallet passport. There's two types of passport. You can get a wallet passport, which proclaims you as a diplomat, or you can get the regular passport, which proclaims you as an international diplomat. I can travel anywhere on the continent, not off the continent. I can take a cruise, but I have to end up right back here in America, the Americas. So if you have not explored your history of being a Moor, I highly suggest that you do, because the only thing you can do is learn. And like I've said throughout this whole thing, is that you should learn your heritage. You should learn how to be who you are. And when a black man stands, there's always going to be trouble. When a black man stands, there's always going to be trouble. So stand up, brothers and sisters. Stand up and don't let nobody disrespect you. Because for some reason and some day and some time, we are doing worse than we did 50 years ago. And we're doing worse for a very particular reason. We're doing worse because we don't take the same shit that they took 50, 60 years ago. They can't get away with the shit that they pushed down black people's throats 50, 60 years ago. They killed Malcolm X, they killed Medgar Evers, they killed Martin Luther King, they killed Robert Kennedy, they killed John F. Kennedy. All because of change. And that is what we are facing here in America today, is change. And right now is the time for you to get your shit together, get registered to vote, because the only way you win in a damn new world like this is through the power of the vote. Through the power of the vote. If we don't come in together, Black America, it's going to be hard for us. All I'm asking you to do is not step on your brother's toe, because they had the balls to stand up and say that the Jews are full of shit. I don't make me anti-Semitic, to tell the truth. But like I said before, they have said so much shit about black people, nothing should faze them. They're the ones with the thin skin. That's why they came up with the critical race theory, so they don't want you talking about how cruel and how brutal and how vicious they treated us, my ancestors. They don't want to let their future generations know that they have been the tyrants of the world. They have fought and killed and murdered and maimed and did so many things. America has started so many damn wars in other countries, it ain't even funny. Look at how many soldiers took the damn leap to support this country in the name of this country, and they got killed over some bullshit overseas. Yes, of course, the government gave the families $250,000. But what's $250,000 when you ain't got your loved one no more? It ain't shit but a couple of damn dollars. The money don't make me. I make money. The money don't make you. You make money. Remember that. The money don't make you. You make money. So when the man comes up to you and says, boy, go get this here forklift and get over here, you tell that man to kiss your black boy's ass. Go find you another job. Don't take the bullshit that you've been taking. Back in the day, 50, 75 years ago, black men were afraid because back then, they would take you out and hang your ass for saying something like that. They would take you out and hang you for coming into the front door of a restaurant where white people eat. Nowadays, they can't do shit about it. But believe me, they don't want you there. They don't want you sitting next to them in no restaurant because you're black, only because of the skin color, because of the melanated skin. That's why people don't like us, because of our melanated skin. And nobody's going to change that. This is the Black News Network, hosted by Jabir Razin Ali, aka War Smith. This is the real voice of Military City, USA, bringing you the news from a black perspective. I do not own the rights to the music, but I do own the rights to what I say. But if you want to recap, I need you to go back and look at why is Spelman called Spelman College? Why is Howard University called Howard University? Why is Prairie View called Prairie View University? Why is Jackson State called Jackson State? Mississippi Valley State called Mississippi Valley State? Alcorn State called Alcorn State? Langston University called Langston University? Louisiana State called Louisiana State? Look at all these universities, these HBCUs, and see why they are called what they are called. In closing, my show is on every single Wednesday night at 7 o'clock. Just to give you a recap of what we're going to talk about every single Sunday at 3:30 p.m. I will always do this show as long as I got the capacity and the breath to deliver to you, my constituents. I'm not running for office. I'm not trying to be nobody's preacher. I'm trying to get you a little step up on knowledge about oneself. If there's anything that may offend you that I may say, you can always call me or text me at 210-872-2261. This is the Black News Network -BNN. The real voice of Military City, USA, bringing you the news from a black perspective. I do not own the rights of the music, but I do own the rights to what I say. I want to see you on Wednesday at 7 o'clock. Don't forget to go to my YouTube page and subscribe to the Black News Network -BNN. Go to my Twitter account. Go to my Facebook account and like us and comment on the page. I would love to hear from you. And if you have an idea or a topic that you want to discuss, I can definitely add you to the broadcast, and we'll be sitting here side by side discussing anything you want to, because I believe in letting our black people know. With that, my brothers and sisters, wa salam salegum.